This is Michael McCoy coming back with you to another lesson prophesying the downfall of America being destroyed in 1 hour for what it has done to the children of Israel, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, for the crimes that has committed. Uh, this country being founded on blood and has to go out on blood. So today, I'm doing the lesson on World War III, America being destroyed in 1 hour. Sorry about that. It's kind of rain outside, so I'm in my car, but I'm letting you know I'm out by the highways and byways, but here we go with the lesson. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto you the judgment of the great whore that sits upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So, so he carried with me away in the rock into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her head, and upon her head, no, no and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babel, the Great, the mother of harlots, and uh, sorry, forgive me. I just remembered the take off my hat. um, yeah, forgive me, sorry. um, Mystery Babel, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore did ye marvel? And I will tell you the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carries her, which has the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that you saw is not, and and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder. whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. And here is the mind that has wisdom. The 7 heads and 7 mountains on which the woman sits, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is, and the other is not. Um, the other is not, and yet, and when he comes, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goes into perdition. And the 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which you saw, where the whore sits, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which you saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahweh has put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which you saw is that great city, which reigns over the kings of the earth. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mighty with a strong voice, saying, Babel the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul rock spirit, and a cage of every unclean hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I have heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye not be partakers of her sins, and that ye not receive of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh has remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she has filled to her double, and how she has glorified herself, and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she says in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come one day, death, and mourning, and famine, and shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, who judges her. And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication, who live deliciously with her, shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off of the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city, Babel, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is your judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver, and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood and manner vessels of ivory, and manner vessels of most precious wood, and brass of iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and the souls of men. And the fruits that your soul lusted after are departed from you, and all the things that were dainty and goodly are departed from you, and you shall find them no more. All the merchants, you shall find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off from the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster, and all the company ships and sailors, as many trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried, when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying that what is like a city unto the great What city is like unto this great city? And they shall cast dust on their heads, and cry, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, the great city which wherein were made rich in all the head ships from the sea by the reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, you heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. For Yahweh has avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babel be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of the harpers and musicians, um, and of pipers and trumpets shall be heard no more at all in you. And no craftsman no craftsman of whatsoever he shall be found no more in you any more in you. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in you. And the light of a candle shall be no more at all in you. And the voice of the bridegroom shall and of the bride shall be heard no more all in you. For your merchants were the great men of the earth, for your sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the and of all that were slain upon the earth. That that is Revelation chapter 17 and 18, and basically America is going to be judged and destroyed in 1 hour. America is going to be destroyed. You know, I was I was awakened to this a few years ago because um the Christians were saying the same thing. They were saying that America was going to be destroyed in 1 hour. So in 2017, I kind of was awoken to America being destroyed in 1 hour, and basically for a lot of the reasons the America going to war just to make money, on top of you know what it did to the children of Israel, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, just like I learned from the brothers in this truth is that when a nation is founded on blood, it has to go out on blood. Just like Esau, you know, it as a Esau but blessing is the sword. He lived by the sword, he died by the sword. Esau is a house divided. America, Russia, and they fight each other. It seems like all Esau knows is war, but that's his blessing, the sword. But just coming to this knowledge a lot earlier. I think that's a good thing to know that. That's just like my parents are. I feel like my parents are blinded to the seriousness of what's coming. I had a heads up to America being judged and destroyed